Solana holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Appreciate all the love. Let's get right in today's update and really understand what's happening with Sol right now as we are starting off a brand new week. So as of October 20th, you can see across the board, we're seeing quite a bit of green across the market today because we have seen the market bouncing a little bit, which again is a nice thing to see. Solana up about 1.1%, but today was, announcement day, if you recall. We're going to talk about all of that and then going to jump into the price. But before we do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So Gemini introduced a Solana credit card offering up to 4% back in Sol with automatic staking for rewards. So this was obviously the announcement that people were anticipating. So this is the announcement. I know, unfortunately, this is only in the US, but it is something, and people can actually earn Sol on their purchases, which again is very, very impressive and shows you, that how far crypto has come. But that is the news itself. We have seen a market, especially the Solana price, see a little bit of a decline, after this announcement because, of course, sell the news. But take a look at this. Solana founder Antoli is building a new perp dex called Percolator. Wow, this is very interesting here. So again, more competitors to the likes of Hyperliquid, more competitors to the likes of Aster. Very interesting. So are they going to launch a coin for that? We'll see what happens. If they do, maybe Solana, ecosystem people might get the airdrop. Again, this is just speculation. We're only going to find out how that really plays out. But let's take a look at what's happening with the Bitcoin dominance today. Let me refresh it for you guys because I have some things that I have drawn for you guys. Here we have it. So you can look at the dominance. It has been increasing. We went up to 59.84%, as you could see for yourself. We have been on a decline since then, but dominance is showing strength right now, which is obviously something we want to keep in mind. But we're still below 60%, which is something we also want to keep very closely in mind. If you're looking at Bitcoin, though, let's give Bitcoin also a refresh live here. Bitcoin is sitting, as of recording this update, on its way to close the daily candle to the start of this week above the 23.6 Fibonacci level. And I did mention this in my Cardano update. Does this mean that, this was the low for the market? We'll see what happens. We still need to see the price of Bitcoin going back above confirmation zone for myself in order for me to, be optimistic. And for me, the confirmation is at 117, and of course, the second confirmation at $120,000. But the price of Bitcoin is back to, where it needs to be at the bare minimum, which is again the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. And you can see for yourself, we're finding ourselves back into that key range. So again, still don't believe we're out of the woods, but we are where we need to be at the bare minimum level for Bitcoin. So that's that. Now let's take a look at what's happening with our good old friend Sol. So I only want you guys to focus on Sol on the hourly time frame right now until, of course, we get back into, the closer to this $200 range. Until then, let's keep looking at it on the hourly time frame. So you can see for yourself what has been happening for Sol. So Sol's price came down to $174.27 on October 17th. And, since then, the price of Sol is up about 11.7%. So anyone that was accumulating within the 0.50 fib zone for Sol was able to, get an 11% increase, especially if you got in around that key range. But right now you're starting to see that $191.17 playing as a resistance for us for the price of Sol right now. But we also need to keep in mind, yes, Bitcoin price has retraced a little bit, as you could see for yourself. We were sitting at 112,000 almost. That is also a factor, but also sell the news event based off of that announcement that came out. I don't know what's going on here. Let me just pull out the Solana charts for you guys so you can see for yourself. We have seen a little bit of a retracement, but nice upwards trend definitely forming for Sol. We want to break above the $191 key range. If this is able to turn into support, I do personally believe Sol can start heading up to the likes of 198, pretty much the $200 price point, which of course is a psychological level, and that is a level to be watching out for now, as long as the price of Bitcoin is able to remain above the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. And a $200 price point is only about a 5.4% move from where we currently are for Solana. So it's not far off. Keep an eye out on Bitcoin. Like I said, if Bitcoin is able to break out of this this key range. It's having a hard time breaking out of the $112,000 price point. It is a resistance. I spoke to you guys about this before on the channel. Breaking above here takes us back up to, I would say, let's take a look at around 114,000, pretty much 115K almost. And I think that would take the price of Sol back up to $200 quite easily. So Sol back in the 38.2, which is nice to see. Of course, one step at a time. Right now, still keep an eye out on Bitcoin. Like I said, we're going to look for some confirmations. Let me know in the comments what you guys personally think. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.